Imagine growing up in a home where you are constantly measured against a sibling and always found lacking. For a young man named Wilden, years of unrelenting parental comparison hollowed him out. He internalized a devastating belief: he was inherently unworthy of love. Human psychology abhors an emotional vacuum. When a teenager is starved of affection and validation at home, their mind will actively hunt for a way to fill that void. Wilden's search led him to local religious study groups. He specifically sought out a community that would accept him, a place where he could finally belong and find clear direction. The descent into violent extremism rarely begins with a desire to hurt people. It almost always begins with a vulnerable kid desperately searching for a surrogate family. In these study groups, Wilden is introduced to a rigid doctrine known as al-wala wal-bara.
The teachers draw a hard line. Absolute loyalty belongs exclusively to fellow Muslims, while absolute enmity is directed at non-believers, specifically targeting America and its allies. The psychological hook sinks deeply when a preacher answers Wilden's question about permission to fight. The preacher declares that traveling to a battlefield is fardu ain, an absolute individual obligation. Like paying a debt, it completely bypasses the need for a parent's blessing. The destination they point to is Syria. They paint this fractured, devastated landscape as an active combat zone and the ultimate proving ground for true believers. For Wilden, this religious decree removes the final psychological barrier. It grants him the spiritual authority to bypass the very parents who rejected him, offering a direct path to the significance he has always lacked. Theory quickly turns into physical practice. Wilden and his new brothers pack up their motorcycles and head into the mountains for what is pitched as a survival course. In reality, it is a covert military camp. The camp leaders explicitly connect their grueling mountain trek to historical holy wars. They tell the young recruits to view themselves as modern incarnations of the Afghan mujahideen, marching into the high altitudes to prepare for divine combat. The curriculum is highly tactical. Wilden practices how to build a fire without producing a visible smoke plume, a skill specifically designed to avoid aerial detection in an active war zone. During hand-to-hand sparring, Wilden dominates. He holds a black belt in Funakoshi karate, making him exceptionally capable and even lethal when facing 2 or 3 opponents at once. The physical environment does its job. It takes a boy who felt entirely powerless in his own childhood bedroom and systematically reprograms him into a capable, confident machine of war. When Wilden easily masters the smokeless fire, the camp commander singles him out in front of the entire group. He proudly claps Wilden on the shoulder, openly mocking the other recruits for failing to keep up with him. This visual scale shows his emotional deficit. For his entire life, the balance was weighed down by constant rejection. As moments of validation pile up, each bit of praise acts as a counterweight, tilting the scale from childhood trauma toward a militant identity. Wilden is now fiercely competing for the promise of eternal significance. Every exercise is a chance to secure his place in paradise and prove his worth to the only community that has ever truly seen him. This is where Wilden's tragedy locks into place. The terror group is employing a calculated, systemic grooming process, and he is fully mistaking it for genuine, unconditional love. Late on a Thursday night in November, Wilden's phone rings incessantly. The voice on the other end is audibly trembling. His closest friend, Rayhan, is dead from a drug overdose, the needle still in his arm. Rayhan and Wilden shared a grim psychological parallel. Rayhan grew up with extreme material wealth, but his parents were entirely absent, leaving him to navigate a crushing, inescapable loneliness. Shortly after the call, Wilden opens a final digital letter from Rayhan. The message reads, "Sorry I failed. I couldn't be strong. But you didn't fail, Dan. You never failed as a best friend." Rayhan's death represents the alternate path for an alienated youth. Unable to find a surrogate family, he turned the sheer agony of his isolation entirely inward, destroying himself. Wilden is completely shattered. He collapses against his bedroom wall,
weeping for the only person in the world who truly understood his pain. In a healthy environment, a tragedy exactly like this might serve as a desperate wake-up call to seek professional help. For Wilden, the fresh grief collides with his new militant programming, causing him to double down. He makes a devastating final resolution. He decides he will join Rayhan in peace, but he will do it through armed martyrdom in Syria. In his mind, offering up his life on a battlefield is the only way to finally force his parents to be proud of him. Radicalization functions by systematically hijacking unhealed psychological wounds. It takes a youth's fundamental human need for recognition and converts it into a commitment to war.